cancer knows no particular race, no particular ethnicity, no particular religious boundaries.
Isolation, however it's self-inflicted, is probably the biggest stress that we deal with when we're dealing with cancer.
I felt really bad. I wouldn't talk to anybody about it.
I get a feeling of just being alone.
A few months later, after I was in chemo, the doctor recommended me to come here.
I really just felt like I was one in a million, that, nobody else could relate to me.
Sometimes just talking about it is what you need.
Well, I'm a firm believer that we're basically here to learn about healing.
They'll keep all your secrets to them and not to anybody else. So that made me feel good and I wanted to come.
The part that's been the most beneficial for me have been the support groups. I was in a support group right away with my first diagnosis, and so was my husband.
Having that bonding experience of going through something like this has really just improved my whole acceptance of it, tenfold.
One of the things I learned in the journey with my wife was that healing is not just something that has to do with your physical condition.
It makes me feel kind of good because I actually have somebody to talk to without being scared that they'll tell somebody about how I feel.
I think laughter and joy is something that we all need more of in our lives. And I think when you're going through a cancer journey, some of that gets pushed aside. And I think when it's brought back in, it is so refreshing and it just lightens your whole load.
It really just allowed me to know that it was all right to laugh at yourself, and it was okay to relax and maybe forget about cancer for a little bit.
Can't believe some of the things that we actually talk about in our support group. And we laugh pretty hard because we get to some of the down and dirty. And just the laughter, the lightness, and we'll turn to each other and we'll be like, can you believe we're talking about this? But it's part of what we share. And that levity is wonderful.
You can come here and learn about straight up things like how to deal with this specific cancer or what's going on in the field, in medicine and this, or you can come and do Tai Chi or yoga or meditation, or you can come to a food event. Sometimes it really smells good in here because of the 8-week Optimum Health and the cooking demos, and you walk in the building and it smells like somebody's kitchen.
One of the nice things about Gilda's Club is that it really gets people focused on how do you live with cancer.
Now I really don't care if they bring it up because now I know that what's happening is just gonna happen and I have to deal with it.
Having more Gilda's Club, I think, will not only expose individuals and families and other folk to what they can do to find life in the midst of living with cancer. Gilda's Club allows people not to be defined by their illness, but it allows people to be able to have a sense of how can I still take control in the midst of this and do many of the things that I want to do. I'm a person living with cancer. Cancer is not who I am.
There is a life to live, and that's why we're here. We're here to live. And so Gilda's helps you do that.
Never walk alone.